Jason Unruhe is a political commentator joining us out of Ontario. Jason, let's put aside the fact that Iran has blocked the internet for a couple of days for security reasons, essentially to prevent terrorists from killing police officers. Do you ever get the impression that Trump is using foreign policy issues to distract his domestic audience, his voter base, from what's going on surrounding him?
Oh, I certainly do think so. Currently, the U.S. president is embattled in a great deal of witnesses coming forward and testifying to various dealings that he and his administration have had with regards to the situation in Ukraine, whether or not he had abused his position of power to gain dirt or to push investigations on his domestic political rival. Now, it's not unheard of that a president would actually do this, deliberately create or provoke a foreign state of emergency or to create some kind of hostility or actions outside the country in order to distract away from domestic policy. In fact, I think this was straight up U.S. official policy throughout the entire Cold War, if my memory serves me correctly. So I think that there is a very big element to that here right now, that Trump is trying to point fingers in every direction so that everybody is looking away from the impeachment proceedings that are going on. And some of those have been quite damning. Many of the people who have come forward have detailed many serious crimes that have been committed by, if not him, but by his administration, or at least on his behest.
Now, Iranian officials have also slammed Pompeo's crocodile tears for the Iranian people, saying that it's Washington's policies in the first place that have affected the lives of ordinary Iranians. Would you go along with that?
Oh, I would certainly, definitely agree with that. This has been part of a larger U.S. political strategy to cause destabilization in Iran. Place sanctions on the country, accuse them of all kinds of wrongdoings, justify more sanctions on the country, causing a very unstable domestic situation inside of Iran, and then use infiltrators, CIA operatives, politically aligned groups, etc., to try to accelerate the situation and turn it into enough of an upheaval to push a regime change kind of policy that the U.S. has been known to use for decades upon decades. I think that's very much clearly the case here. I don't believe that Mike Pompeo or even the U.S. political administration cares about the Iranian people. If they did, they would not be hindering the sending of medical supplies to the country, nor would they be hindering many more industries along those lines. If the U.S. cared about people, they would never have carried out the invasions of Iraq and Afghanistan on lies as pretext, killing, I believe, both wars combined, 3 million people. This is complete nonsense by the United States. These are complete crocodile tears. And as for their so-called outrage over control of the internet, it should be noted that the United States has both domestically and internationally the greatest spying organizations available. U.S. domestic surveillance through the internet, through social media, etc., far exceeds anything that has ever existed in human history. So these are very clear words of complete hypocrisy coming out of the United States, a country that has repeatedly gone out and overthrown entire countries merely for the profits of their own corporations, and then to suddenly turn around and claim themselves to be the champions of freedom and personal safety and the vanguard of human life is just simply ridiculous.
Mr. Unruhe, thank you very much indeed for your contribution. Jason Unruhe there, political commentator joining us out of Ontario.